Ladies and gentlemen, this is Corey Mariano, and his house was raided by the Pensacola SWAT team, and he didn't know who was in his house, and he had his wife and children in the house with him, and he shot at the SWAT team. And of course, oh, they're going to get him for attempted murder and blah, blah, blah. And it turned out to be a botched home invasion. So they did initially arrest him. He was able to get out of jail, and it was announced today that all charges are dropped. He never should have been charged in the first place. Over a cop's SWAT team screw up. Why does he have to pay the price for that? So the state's attorney issued a press release announcing its decision not to move forward with criminally charging Mariano. So the state attorney, Ginger Bolden Madden, announces that after diligent investigation and review, no criminal prosecution will commence against Corey Mariano Jr. for shooting at the SWAT team, who he didn't know who the hell they were. And they entered his residence, ladies and gentlemen, on February 3rd, 2022, according to the press release. There is insufficient proof to establish beyond a reasonable doubt that Mariano knew he was firing at a police officer. Marioneaux's attorneys also issued a joint statement reacting to the state attorney's decision. We are pleased that the prosecutors have opted to drop all charges against Corey Mariano Jr. today, read the statement. If officers with the Pensacola Police Department had simply taken a moment to fully evaluate the situation, he wouldn't have been arrested in the first place. Mr. Marioneaux is completely innocent and deserves to have his record cleared and good name restored, the Pensacola News reports. In a press conference, Mariano said his faith in God during the ordeal gave him the strength to see. So on February 3rd, Mariano was charged with attempted murder of a cop when he fired at PPD SWAT team. And it was their fault. They said they came to deliver a search warrant, and ladies and gentlemen, they didn't even have the right people. You know, I mean, this whole thing was a disgrace. Mariano believes that justice have been served since the charges were dropped, but now he seeks justice for his children. Yes, especially his 1-year-old was injured pretty badly when the police had that child in their custody. So once you take somebody in your custody, whatever happens to them is your fault. And I don't know what they grabbed up a 1 and 3-year-old like that, being all rough with those children. So the 1-year-old, Silent, was taken into the custody of police. Sitting in the back seat of the PPD vehicle, he fell out and injured his face, nose, and head. This is according to Where TV reports. Yeah, and it was so hard to look at those pictures of his 1-year-old son. That was horrible. First of all, they made the error, but the whole family has to be placed under arrest, and the cops are the ones that messed that whole raid up. All right, let me see if I can play this audio for you. Let's see here.
Yeah, tell them don't get started until we get out of here. Everything good. We don't want to start the service without Corey being in there. So first of all, When you heard the news, what'd you think?
Just like, thank God. That's the first thing I said. It's like, thank you.
Yeah.
And none of this is possible without him.
Okay. And what was your, what did you do?
Shout. Run up and down the hallway, run outside, screamed, all that, shouting.
Was your family with you?
Yes.
Okay, who all was there?
My mother and my nephews.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what has this just been like for you?
It's been rough, but I kept my faith in God, and I knew that I would see light in this situation. So I just stayed praying every day with my pastor, and God got the job done.
What was were you just like a ball of anxiety and stress just waiting? Because this is a long wait. Yeah. And also, I don't know that much, but I would think this is unusual, just waiting.
Right, yeah. So it was stressful every time that I heard that they pushed it back. I didn't know what to expect. So every time that I heard the court, they pushed back again, it's pushed back again. So I didn't know. But my pastor and my attorney, they just kept telling me that that's a good wait. It's a good wait in it. So they just let me know that every time that they push it back, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So it kept my spirits up every time that I heard that.
Okay. Do you think justice has been served in this case?
Yes, from my situation, justice has been served, but I still need justice for my kids as well.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are still pursuing the civil suit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's still going forward.
Yes, sir.
And it hasn't been filed yet. I don't think they've put it into the court system yet.
Yeah, that would have to be answered by my attorney.
That's fine. So take me back to the night in question. Can you tell me in your own words? I've heard attorneys talk for you.
Right.
I've heard your pastor talk for you. That because this has been hanging over your head, you haven't really had a chance to speak about what happened. Can you take me back to that night?
Okay. Night happened around 4:45 in the morning. I was asleep with my kids in the bed. Heard a big boom at the door. Didn't know. Got up real fast. Grabbed my gun. And I'm a licensed firearm owner. So I grabbed my firearm. And as I was heading down the hallway, by the time I got midway in the hallway, my door busted open. And I just fired a shot at the door. Didn't see anything or nothing. Just pitch dark. My living room lights was off. My outside light went off as well. So I didn't see anything but my door fly open. So I fired a shot at the door. After a shot was fired back, I kind of waited like 5 seconds. Then I heard them announce themselves that it was the police department. I put my firearm down in the hallway. I slid it in the hallway. I came out with my hands up. I was screaming to them that my gun is down. My gun is down. I walked all the way outside. I got down on my knees, and I told them, they asked me who else was in the house. I said, nobody but my kids. And that's when they put me in handcuffs, and that was the end of it.
When you heard that loud noise, with the door, right, what were you feeling?
Scared, terrified, didn't know what was going on. So I was scared, terrified, and I just knew my kids was in the house. So my first instinct was I have to protect my kids.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I was thinking at the moment.
It was like fight or flight kind
of,
but you were protecting your kids.
Right.
And then when you realized it was the police, was it a moment of shock?
Shock. Wow, is this really happening? So and I told them over and over as of when I was coming out that I'm sorry. I didn't know it was them. I kept telling every police officer that walked up to me that I was telling them, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was y'all. I didn't know it was the police department. I'm sorry. Just kept saying it over and over to every police officer.
And then, how long were you in custody?
I was in an interrogation room from like 5 o'clock that morning till I say like 5 o'clock in the evening before I got took to the county.
Then you know that your attorney is off.
Okay. And my attorney, James Bryan, is on the line with me right now. He's on the phone.
James, how's it going? This is Colin Morton Hicks with the Pensacola News Journal.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Big day.
And James, absolutely. I'm so happy for this young man. Also, yeah, WEAR-TV, Al Showers. Hey, how's it going? How are you? Doing well.
Yeah, Corey was just taking us back, through. First of all, I asked him what.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there. So you heard what he said. I just wanted you to hear what he said. Excuse me, happened that night when those police came. So it was past 4 in the morning, and they're going to come barging in your house, and wow. And didn't even have the right person that was there. This whole thing was a nightmare, but I feel sorry for his kids. What a trauma for a 1 year old and a 3 year old to go through at such a young age. They gotta be traumatized from even watching their father get arrested and the cops screaming, "Oh, we're gonna get you for attempted murder," and all that. That's a lot. That's a lot of stress on children that age. And not to mention that this whole thing should never have happened. Oh boy. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.